in a woman's house. He died in a woman's house because her husband or boyfriend shot him through the door. It was arguing by the woman. There you go. Arguing by the woman. And when he came to the door, the man shot him through the door and killed him. And yeah, that's why when chicks be like, I'm mad, I be like, shit, that's you good, I'm good. Go ahead. He died in a woman's house because her husband or boyfriend shot him through the door. It was arguing by the woman. There you go. Arguing by the woman. And when he came to the door, the man shot him through the door and killed him. And yeah, that's why when chicks be like, I'm mad, I be like, shit, that's you good, I'm good. Go ahead. He died.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Rock Kwakadash. Salutations to the apostles. Salutations to the elders. Salutations to the brothers. Salutations to the men of the Lord who are doing the work diligently, and to you sincere sisters who are taking care of your home, loving your husband, your children, loving yourself, and loving Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. So with this being said, we have a video, short little clip. You see Scarface. If anyone who knows about hip-hop, Scarface is from the group called the Ghetto Boys. Him, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill. Bushwick Bill is from Brooklyn, from Bushwick. You know, he teamed up with these guys. I believe they was in Houston, Texas. And I mean these guys did legendary music, man. Great writers, great screen performers, excellent storytellers, and you know, it's just legendary work. But he's telling a short story about his father, where his father lost his life because of his father going to a woman's house, right? She's already courting with a dude that's probably possessive and jealous, and found out that she was dealing with his pops. And his pops came to the door, I believe, and the dude shot through the door and killed him. So the point is this, is that any man that's dealing with a woman, before you can even go to that next level with her, man, evaluate her. Stop going to these women's houses, because you don't know what kind of danger is set forth there. You don't know what's going to happen. And when you're dealing with these type of women, man, these type of women are very dangerous. They not care for your well-being. I'm not saying that it was her intentions for him to lose his life, but you have to be very careful, because your life means more than anybody else that's walking here, because you only get one of these vehicles, man. You only get one life, man. And your life has to mean something for you to move on and give Yahweh his praise before your days are short in number on this planet. And that's why we tell you, brothers, man, you know, stop going to women homes, especially if she just broke up with a guy, or she still might have dealings with the guy, but you're the new dude, and he got a key to her place. If she don't change her lock, this man could come in and threaten her home and her well-being. That's why it's always good for you guys to have your own place. If you have a family, that's different. You know what I mean? If you got a family, man, you shouldn't even be dealing with a woman that have a man, because you don't know how he might see things or approach things, because we see this time and time and time again. It's adultery. So you don't want to do these things, man. I know sometimes your flesh gets weak and you want to deal and dabble with the woman, man. But it's not worth it, man, because once you enter into that woman, man, you have committed adultery. And brothers may not done it, but majority of brothers have done it, man. People have done it on this planet, and it's very, very gruesome, man, because by law you're supposed to be put to death. You know what I'm saying? But because of the grace and the mercy of the Lord is very, very kind and merciful, man. So the Lord didn't really have to show forth why he is doing what he's doing. You understand? And but him doing what he's doing is showing you that Yahweh can forgive us. But sometimes these women put your life in danger, and that's why I told you guys in my previous videos, I would not stay by a woman who put my life in danger. If I feel like you cross me, if I know you cross me and you double cross me, and you're disloyal and you're wicked and you have no respect and you put my life in jeopardy, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to see for what it is, man. You know, I had a lady recently just text me, right? And the lady, she came in and she told me about a situation, what happened, what she did. Me and her knew the situation, and I mean after the fact, because she lied to me. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yo, I do kind of miss talking to you, boom, 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 whatever. But I told her, I said, listen, let me explain something to you, right? This is another chick I knew. I said, yo, let me explain something to you. I said, what you did, you lied, and you was foul for it. I said, there's no, oh, I miss you, I miss talking to you. I helped her with something, right? Because I had to help her with this situation. She needed extra help, with her car, right? And I mean, she take care of her son. She's a good mother, but I had to explain to her. I said, yo, listen. I said, listen, what you done, you lied. You know what I'm saying? And you putting people's lives in danger. And when you do that, I don't know what could happen. Never take a woman's word. Woman say, oh no, don't worry about it. It's his fault. I mean, don't worry about it. He not gonna do nothing. Boom, boom, boom. I should have told you. Nah, you don't play those kind of games, because I don't give a fuck if you know him. I don't know him. I don't know what his intentions. I don't know how he's moving. So you gonna put my life in danger? Nah, that's not gonna happen. I told you, anytime a broad play games and she do these things, I gotta cut you off. This has been a while ago. And now all of a sudden she's coming back. They always come back to me and hoping that I can save and deliver them. No, fuck that. I told her, I said, the only thing I can offer you is sex. I can't offer nothing else to you but sex. I said, miss me with that bullshit. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't want to hear your problems. I don't want to hear none of that. I said, I'm going to do what I have to do to help you with this situation. And after that, leave me the fuck alone. You know what I'm saying? Which I helped already. But after I told her that, she never texts back. Because I don't play with these women. And first thing is, I'm not saying I'm going to do that, give her sex. I'm just using that for example to let her know all I can do is offer that. And you're not even going to get that from me. So there's nothing for us to talk about. Save the small talk. Save the bullshit talk. We have nothing to discuss. You know, I gave you what you needed. I hope your car works well. Move on. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I don't play with my life. People out here, they play around with their life out here. This shit is serious. Stop going to women's cribs, man. Especially if you don't know the severity of her situation. And you haven't been knowing her for so long. Stop being so eager to go in her crib. You go in her crib and it can cost you your life. I dealt with a situation like that with a young lady when I was in my 20s, man. You know, I said, okay, all right, cool. Yo, I liked her. We liked each other. Let's do what we had to do, whatever. Boom. So when I went down to where she lived at, she lived in Fort Greene, Walt Women houses, man. Or I believe it was Ingersoll. And I went down there, and she invited me to come over. So I came to the building. There's nothing but dudes in front of the building. You know, I come. You know, I speak to the yo, what's going on? How you doing, brother? How you doing? But what's going on? Blah blah blah. And they ain't say nothing to me. So, in the meanwhile, I go upstairs to the girl house. And you know, I'm thinking, I think we're gonna relax, chill, whatever. We was talking. One thing led to another. It went down. And then as soon as we finished, I hear a knock on the door. It go. And I'm like, yo, who that knocking crazy? It was like a normal knock. It was a wild knock. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, guys. So the guy knocking on the door. Well, I didn't know it was him. And then she's like, yo, listen, yo, you gotta hide. That's my baby father. I said, what the fuck? I said, you still fucking with this dude? Oh no, I just got us go. I said, he living here? No, he ain't living here, but you know, sometimes I let him in. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck does that mean? Yo, I kid you no lie. She said, yo, just wait right here. She went to the door. She entered the door. I can hear the conversation. He like, yo, you got a nigga up in here, yo? You got a nigga up in here, yo? She like, I don't got no fucking nigga in here. I don't got no fucking nigga in here. Boom, 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 boom. He like, yo. So if ain't no nigga here, yo, let me come in here, man. You don't never got no other problem. I just gotta use the bathroom real quick. She like, nah, you ain't coming, this motherfucker. So she wouldn't let him in. She said, if you come, I'm calling the police on you. See, that's what the women do. The women don't want you. They don't want the other nigga to know that they got the other nigga there or do something. Because women usually they use that tactic because that's the only thing that they got to do to get the other nigga away. You understand? Because they know they living foul. They know they living wrong, and knowing that she just probably had sex with this nigga, going around and having sex with somebody else, doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of my fault because in my mind I'm thinking that okay, me and this girl we got something going on. You know what I'm saying? We got something going on where I can build with. You know what I'm saying? And cause we were talking for a while, but I knew the girl. Cause me and I went to high school together. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we kind of like was talking for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Hot little minute. Cause I saw a couple times whatever by Brownsville, and she's not from Brownsville. She's from my part where I'm from. She's from East New York. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody know Brooklyn, man, she's from the Bammers or whatever. But anyway, so to make a long story short, I was like, yo, listen. I'm like, yo, listen. Like, I gotta get out of here. This is what I'm talking about. So I gotta get out of here. So She arguing with the nigga. They going back and forth, back and forth. He don't come in. She closed the door. Then she goes in the back and say, yo, the girl, she said, you can wait for 10 or 15 minutes. Right? She said, you can wait 10 or 15 minutes and then you can leave. I said, yo, listen. I said, don't you know that I'm in this nigga hood, in this territory? You know what this dude gonna do? Men will crash out for a piece of ass. You his child's mother. And you sit here lying? You sit here lying? And you know what she was telling me? She said, oh, don't worry about that nigga, fuck him. Oh, I'm getting turned on. Fuck me one more time. And I'm like, yo, you a wild chick, man. So I fucked the bitch one more time, right, before I left. You know, and it's crazy because I'm very naive and stupid. I'm very young at this time. I'm in my early 20s. I'm very, very, very stupid, man, playing a dangerous motherfucking game. And by doing that shit will cost you your life. Pussy don't come over your life, man. You gotta value your life, what Yahweh has given you, man. You can't be playing games with people, man. I'm telling y'all, don't play games with your life, man. If somebody got a shorty, man, leave that girl alone, man. Don't lose your life. How many times we have to see this over and over again? Somebody losing their life or going to jail over a woman. And this woman, she don't fuck with that nigga that's going to jail, and the nigga that's dead, she move on. She go from dick to dick to dick. And this is what goes on here in America. This is what America produces. America done produces sin at its highest level, man. And we have a big enemy that we gotta worry about because he's coming down with a great wrath. And now we out here playing games and not seeing what's coming to this place, man. Jacob's trouble is coming, and in the meanwhile, we got women and men out here that don't understand or that don't know no better. And common sense would tell you that when you mess with another man's girl or his wife, yo, there's repercussions and consequences behind that shit. So I leave. Now, once I get out her door, it's over. I gotta live what comes with this shit. So I go down, and she live all the way on the top floor of the fucking projects. She lives on a high floor. We ain't talking about those 6 stories, 7 stories. We talking about 12, 13 stories, man. I gotta walk down these project steps in somebody else's hood that I'm not even from. So as I go down the stairs, I come out, I see the other dudes, I see them like, yo, what up? So I hear them, they kind of say, yo, what up? And the one dude, like, he kind of whispering. Then I seen a dude coming in the middle of the project. So I'm going to go back to my car. And he's like, yo, son, that's that nigga, son. He was in my shorty crib, my nigga. Get us go, yo. And his boys was ready to do it, to put it in on me, because guess what? That's their man. And these niggas are stupid because they gonna jump up and hurt somebody else because he got so much feelings for some chick that don't even love this dude. That tells me about Jake, man. Jake will get other niggas involved just because they want to start some shit. And it wasn't gonna make no zimba out of me. I was ready to buy my car. I got in the car, they all coming. I drove off. I drove off on Park Avenue and kept going. I think Yahweh that none ain't happen or go down right then and there, man. So from that day, man, I cut her off, man. I said, nah, man, this girl dangerous. All right? So there's times where there's times where you can lose your life, man. You can lose your life, and it's not worth losing your life over abroad, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose your life over no broad, man. I'm telling you, man. Women are very sneaky and conniving. Women are very devious, and they work with Satan, man. Their thoughts are predicated on lies and betrayal. All right? If a woman don't listen for correction for you, coming from you, she's heading for destruction. That's why when Nas made that song, Black Girls Lost, because the young woman don't want to be corrected. She's headed for destruction. If she don't want correction, she's headed for destruction. And that's the truth. That is the truth. We see a high rate of sexual transmitted disease. We see a high rate of young black daughters and young black sons don't have a father to raise them properly. We see the detrimental of the so-called black community, man. We are a lost commodity. We are not even assets on this planet anymore. Okay, we are liabilities, and we're being manipulated and tricked out of our position from the so-called white men which he is the Edomites. Okay, he is Esau, man, the red devil, man. All right, this man don't care for your well-being. These are tricks and snares and traps to keep us bound. We have to be mindful and we have to be spiritual. We can't put our lives on the line for heroic acts, man. It doesn't make sense. And don't get it confused too, because when a man has another chick on the side, or he has multiple girls, and you hurt that girl heart and her feelings, sometimes women kill you too. Women will kill you too, man. Nobody's exempt for being put to death. But women do it because you wasn't honest with them about your nature. She know that about your nature. You a man. But you know what you did? You sold her a story and told her, nah, baby, it's only you and me. It's only you and I. Ain't nobody else. It's you and me against the world. We Bonnie and Clyde. That's what you sold. You sold that dream, and then you did other shit behind her back, and then you became a fuck nigga. And that's why a lot of these young girls be doing what they want to do, because a lot of you men play games. You learned that manipulation tactic from a woman who raised you. That's why it's important for you to understand that you need to be raised by men. Men are the catalyst of a young man's life, to be raised up and grow up, and how to have respect for women, how to have respect for himself, how to have respect for his community, being fair and kind and courteous to his community, and most importantly, being honorable amongst Yahweh Shah, and be honorable amongst spiritual men. You can't be out here doing or saying. You can be out here saying or doing two different things. You can't say something, you're doing something different. If you're gonna say, you gotta do it. That mean what you're saying. Say what you mean what you say, because your life will depend on it. You can lose your life over some dumb BS. Why lose your life for something that you could have prevented? Don't lose your life over a broad, man. We said this is a more prevalent conversation for men, because men have lose their life more than what women lost their life compared to a man crashing out. Because you got two type of ways, man. You got a man could crash out and kill the other dude and kill her and kill himself, or he can kill that dude or just kill her. How many cases we seen? It's 100,000 cases where you see people have done this shit, man. Not just only in one state, but the whole world. People done crashed out and lost their life or sacrificed their life, and then now they in jail. When they finally calm down, sit down in that cell, they say, yo, I should have never did that shit. You know how many dudes wish that they could come home knowing that they did that bullshit, I'm telling y'all, it's not cool. It's not right, man. You want to lose your life over some fucking bird? Don't lose your life, man. Don't give your power over to a woman, man. Look in the movie Temptation. Like the Elder Gabar was speaking on this earlier about a writer who's a writer for the Temptations, but I'm gonna go deeper. Look at the movie itself. Look at Paul Williams. Paul Williams was a drunk, right? That they showed. He had an issue of substance abuse or whatever. His wife was so tired and want to be around that. In the movie, this is in a movie, right? I'm only telling you the movie version, but the real version is when you got to read it or look it up for yourself. Okay, right? He went to the parking lot because he killed himself. He off himself because his own group didn't want him no more. He couldn't perform. He couldn't sing no more because of so much of the drinking and the drug abuse. It has took away his skill, his mobility, his singing. He has damaged the gift that was given to him, and he couldn't perform no more on the stage. He couldn't dance no more. He just wasn't right. He couldn't do it, okay? And once he knew that his same brothers that he loved, that he came up and had fame and had popularity, and he found out that they didn't want him either, and no other label didn't want to have him either. He killed himself. He went through a deep depression and killed himself. He lost it all. He was struggling. He didn't have no more money. He went back down to square one because of his sin. Because of your sin, man. And gluttony, lust, addiction, okay? These things plays a factor of your life, man. So you don't want to lose your life based on these things, man. You want to respect the life that's given to you, man. All right? So don't give your power over to women, man. Because this is what is going to happen, man. Okay? Hold on, guys. Get the scripture. Let's go to, give me 1 second, guys. Let's go to, go to Proverbs 31:1. And scripture says, the words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. She said, what, my son? And what? The son of my womb. And what? The son of my vows. Verse 3, give not thy power unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. So you don't want to give your power over to these women, man. You don't want to do these things, man. Okay? You don't want to do these things. All right? Let's go to Proverbs 7. I want to read here. Let me start at let me start at 25. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path. So don't feed into that bullshit. Don't feed what she said. You have to be stoic and be firm. And you could smell the bullshit from a mile away. Okay? Verse 26. For she hath cast down many wounded. Yeah, many strong men have been slain by her. So she doesn't have men lose their life, man. Or lose their freedom. That's the way she's slain them. By trickery. When you catch a girl in the wrong, you supposed to, you see for what it is, man. She's showing you who she is. Verse 27. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. And that's what happened in that short clip. Scarface said his father lost his life Because her house was a chamber of death. Okay? He walked into hell and didn't even know it, that he was going to lose his life. Maybe the dude was probably in love with the girl. You know what I'm saying? And the girl probably wasn't keeping it real. Or maybe his father did know that she had a man. So the wages of sin is death, because you losing your life over some fucking pussy. It's not worth it, man. You gonna lose your life over some pussy? There's millions of girls out here. The ratio of women are more than men. There's many girls out here who's going to be there for you, who's going to love you for you. But you be constantly taking on roles of trying to save damaged women. That's not our goal. That's not what we're supposed to do. We're not even supposed to, if it was up to me, man, if I had the power that I can save everyone and make everyone stop what they're doing, I'll do it. But that's not reality. You only could save yourself, man. Work your own salvation. You only could tell others about the wrongs that they're doing, or show them that's not the way. But you can't make them change. They gotta change for themselves, man. They gotta rethink them type of evil thoughts and get it out their mind, out of their spirit. And they gotta consider their ways, man. How you gonna change if you can't change the ways of yourself? What is the goal for you, man? You got to be wise in these times, man. All right? So don't do it. A woman can smell good, look good, and don't get caught in her flattery. Don't get caught in her looks and her eyelids. Do not get caught. All right? You got to spot it and reap it for what it is, man. Don't be weak to it, man. Stand strong. Lift up your loins and be a man. Don't put yourself in this type of situation. All right? So let me go to Proverbs. Let me go to Proverbs 30 and 20. Right? And we're going to get this right here. This is Proverbs 30 and 20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and said, I have done no wickedness. So even I had just told you about the story about my situation. The girl just lied to this man, knowing that he probably just had sex with her. Then she had sex with me without me knowing. But I can't be stupid. I gotta put it together. If he acting out this way, that means that she already had sex with this nigga probably the couple days before, maybe the same day. You don't know. And she'll front like she ain't doing nothing. These women are liars, man. And don't lose your life over these broads. So with that being said, I hope this video is edifying. Shalom.